All right, learning C++. I want to go over const. Always been a bit fuzzy on it. Besides the normal just const, const integer x equals 5 or something like that, and you can't change it. But when it comes to like pointers or any kind of functions or anything, or whatever C++ has, I certainly don't know anything about that. Remember, I was a C# developer. I first started out at Tyson Foods. So I spent about almost 5 years there. And so my main development experience has always been in the enterprise development. So, and back in those days, there was a lot more programming. It wasn't Angular hadn't been out yet. I don't think React was out. A lot of the JavaScript frameworks, because Backbone was one of the first big ones back then, and that was still at the early part of it. But back then I concentrated on C#, and C was kind of a hobby thing for me. C++ wasn't even on the radar. I just figured that was just nonsense because I enjoyed C, but at a hobby level. And when you're at a hobby level, when you learn things on your own, you tend to gravitate towards things that interest you instead of just learning the whole thing. So there tend to be gaps in self-taught stuff. But that can happen with schooling too, because it's easy to forget. If you don't use stuff, you forget it. So what are we doing? What do I need? IO stream. Yep. And which I'm thinking we don't need return anymore. Is that the case in C++? I thought I read that. I don't know. Okay, where's my Copilot? Is this Copilot? I want to look over const, but it's dark. It's like 5:30 in the morning. Walmart parking lot. Everything is dark. I can't see my keyboard. Certainly can't read a book. I'm Copilot. All right. I do not need that intro. Skip. See, back when I first started, see this right here? See how it highlights? That's what JavaScript was for in the early days. That's about all you did with it. It's called rollovers. That was big back then. It was a cool effect. Yeah, that's why nobody took it serious, really. Okay. Um, all right, what do I do? Where's the prompt? Um, I don't want that. I don't want that. Go to home. About time. See, it should just take you here. This, we don't need any of this. I certainly don't want to accidentally show my passwords. So all this crap shouldn't be here. Okay, let's do it. C++ const. uh, well, it knows that I'm comfortable with C#. Is this thing listening to me? Oh, one of my dogs is having a dream. Poor baby. Oh, okay. Okay, this is the big one here, where you place it. So I already knew about this, and it must be initialized immediately. No pointers, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So const so let's do this. Equals, I don't know, 55. So if I say what, const pointer z, let's say xp, address of x. Okay, so that means the pointer can't be changed to another address. Is that what we're saying? All right, where you at? Can't find my hotkey. Oh, and that little noise you hear in the background, like a fan, that's my, what do you call it? Man, what is that? It's charging my laptop. Not a generator, but, I can't remember what you call them. Inverter. That's what it is. So I got the truck running, and it's converting the DC power over to the AC to power the laptop. It's a 400 watt inverter, which is good enough for my little laptop. 400 watts. See, I never knew what the const on either side of the type meant. So you cannot modify the value through P. Oh, okay. So let's do this. STD. See out. Whoa. So we can do that. Let's take that and put it up here. Oh, man. Okay, so now let's change it. So it says we can't we can't change the value, right? Of XP or X. Which one was it? Oh, okay. You cannot modify the value through the pointer. So we can't modify X, what it's pointing to. So let's do that. So, XP. 33. What's that? Did I save it or? Yeah. Expand value you cannot assign a variable that is const. Okey doke. There we go. Oh. Just wondering what that other error was. I'm like, what? Alright. So const, your pointer there. So const integer pointer Means I can't change what it's pointing to. Okay. But you can change the pointer to point elsewhere. Yay. Whoa, 7. Oh, come on. So then we can do that. XP, X. Yeah, start a job today. At least I'll be making some money. It's only 12 bucks an hour, but I gotta have something. My phone bill's due. Okay, so we got a const pointer to X. Then we print it. Then we change it to Y because we can't change what it points to, but we can change. I mean, we can change the pointer to point to something else, but we can't change the value of what it's actually pointing to. That starts getting crazy. Okay, let's do that. There. Cannot convert from enter point to constant pointer. Oh, it's on line 10. So when we made that, yeah, I don't really get that. Cannot convert from int pointer to const integer. Oh, duh. There we go. Five and 11. Of course, this should have been Y, but oh well. That's one of the reasons, that mistake I just made, that's one of the reasons you'll see this, where the star placement is, like that. I think this might be better. The problem cited that I read, many decades ago was that if you had more initializations, like you had a Y here, like YP equals reference of Y or address of Y, stuff like that, then this would not be a pointer but just an integer, something like that. Let me see if this works. I can't really, it's been so long. But I remember there was a reason for the star to be there or here. And I can't quite remember that. So let's take this out. That. YP. Which really, this is just playing with C pointers there. Okay, let's take a look at that. Initially indicating up from integer point to integer on 8. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. So what happens is the star only works to the very first one. So really the correct way is to put it by the pointer name. Dang it, I can't see anything. It's my backspace, yeah. That's it there. So you always put the star by the pointer name. Okay, just a little sidetrack there. Okay, let's move on. So const integer pointer, can't change the value of what it's pointing to or what it dereferences. And then pointer to, so that's a pointer to const data. Constant integer pointer. And this is a const pointer. I don't like this description though. That just doesn't seem to be what it is though. A pointer to const data. I think they should have put more into the design of that. But maybe it makes sense to everybody else and I'm just weird. So on this one, if we switch over on the other side of the integer, you can modify the value, but the pointer cannot change. Oh man, okay. So we can't change the dereference value. So let's take this out. Oh my gosh, I can see. Dang it. Oh, you know what? Can you guys even see this? I forgot I dimmed my screen. I hope everybody can see it. It might be too dim. Man, I ruined the video. There we go. Oh well, I'll have to go back over it. So this is at halfway. Okay, so let's do this again. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if I say const and pointer, oops, pointer xp equals address of x, and then integer. Okay, this, okay, integer const yp. Is that right? Okay, so XP, X can't be changed. YP, you can change it. So YP, and then we change YP to be 12. There. Cannot assign to a variable that is const. Okay, so to change the value, well, oh, what was the thing on that? The line number 12. Wonder if it's order of operations. No. YP you cannot assign to a variable that is const. Back to Copilot. Okay, did I read it wrong? Oh, there it is. The star's right here. So here's the interesting thing. So without const, we really want to put our star by the variable name. But does this force us to put it over here now? Which I guess if you're not going to do multi initializations on one line, it doesn't matter. But we already saw if you use it like this, it only applies to the first variable and not the second pointer variable. Oh, okay. Save that. And 12. So that's one inconsistency I don't like, is if you get in the practice of putting it by the variable name, and then we can't do it here. But does it have to be in that position? I wonder if we could still put it here. Major pointer might be const. I'm sure that won't work. No. So we can't put it there. So I guess you just have to remember the different syntax. Okay. All right, what else? Spent a lot of time just looking at my keyboard in the dark, trying to figure out where the keys are. Oh, man. Const. Okay. So the pointer cannot change where it points to. So right here, the pointer can't be changed. Up here, the dereference value can't be changed. So on here, we can't change what y points to. We can't say yp equals, well, if I can find that, address of x. Can't do that. No. So we can't do that. All right, what else, Copilot? Okay, const pointer to const data. So this is called, okay, now here's another weird thing. So this is pointer to const data. Constant on the left side is const data. Constant on the right side is const pointer, because const is closer to the thingy here. Now see, const pointer has const over here by the name, but const pointer to const data, oh no, never mind, I read that wrong. Now you got two consts. Neither the pointer nor the data can't change. All right, that's nice. So now we could do that one. Whoops. Let's see. Pointer, CP, X, we'll say Z. So now, CP and then CP here, and then in here. So if we do that, it just prints it normal. Twice. So now we can't change any of it. Can't change the pointer, so we can't say ZP equals address of X. And we can't say ZP equals 101. So both of those are illegal. Yeah. It's kind of weird how you get the same error message. Assigned a variable that is not constant. So, all right, so we know that. Okay, so without looking at it, this one means you can't change what the pointer points to. So I can't say xp equals y, but I can change what the dereferenced x is. And on this, I can't change where y points to, yp points to. I'm getting confused already. No, I can, oh my God. All right, what is it again? Oh, wait, my little rule. Const near the p, I can't change what p points to, but I can modify the value. Okay. So this, constant pointer because it's closer to the name. Constant data because it's near the data part of it. Okay, so constant data, constant pointer. Constant data, constant pointer. Okay, I think that's a good rule to remember it by. So, constant data. Constant pointer. Can't change data. Can't change pointer. Doke. Can't change either. Okay, what else? See, so we can look at this. It's on the left side. It's in front of the data, so it's const data. Can't modify the data. Here, the constant. This is a constant pointer. You can't modify where it points to. Neither one. Okay, now functions. It's modifying the parameter inside the function. Okay. See this here. Oh, am I already? Yeah, we're 97%. Let me undo this so I can turn off my engine. Oh. All right. Okay, so we have a function. Let's see. So what would this be? Const. What would it be? Character. Wow, what is a pointer to a string? Pointer? I'm trying to remember from school days. Or should I just do this? Oops. Character array. Data. Wait, I don't need to do that. Why don't I just use string? Can I use that? Oh, come on. All right, So I can't modify the data when it's like that, right? Const parameter, really. Prevents modifying parameter inside the function. Okay. And that would be the same logic. Const data, the data type. So we can't change it. Boy, these error messages are crazy. Wow. Binary plus equals an operative out, which takes the left-hand operative type string. So we can do it now, but so that prevents it. Okay. So we can't change the data. So we process constant reference parameter avoids copying large objects. Okay. And prevents modifications. So here we're just, I guess we're passing in the reference of it. So the address instead of copying the whole thing into the function. And that's not allowed. So do that. And then we can. Okay. Prevents modification. Const member function. So class person. Set a const method. So this declares the method const. Oh, I see. So inside a const method, this declares a const method. You can only call other const methods. Oh, it's because you can't modify member variables. They're mutable. Okay. So how do we do that? Class, what? Person. I don't think I've ever made a class in C++. So what is it? Default private? Is that how you do it? Let me see. Public standard string get name. Let's do std. Get name. Would that be like that? Const. And then like that? Turn name. And then what, we'd have private data, which it's automatically private. Oh, no, we'd have to put private up here. Otherwise it would fall under public. We'll just say there. So is that good? Oh. But we can't modify it. Alright, so let's do, I don't even know how to make an instance here. Let's say person equals what person. Is that how you do it? Say in C# you use new and all that. Person. Do I have to do that too? With just empty parameters? Or, let's see. Get name. That's weird. I don't even know how to instantiate an object. Where's that at? 17. Oh, a class is actually a statement. So what else? Wow, maybe I did it first try. Yay, I did it. Alright, that wasn't bad. Okay, so let's try to what would it be? Can I do plus? There. And then I thought I couldn't change it. Oh, I'm not changing it. I'm just augmenting it. So that was not good. Alright, where's my... But I couldn't do this. I couldn't say return name and then name equals... It's almost like it throws an error for every letter in here or something. I think it does. That's what it looks like. Who knows? Alright, so constant, I can't change data there. Okay. Got it. So can I do a pointer to a class object? How would I even do that? Person. KP equals. Can I do that? And then KP. See if that works. Must have class check here. So I can't use dot. Uh, or maybe use dot when you just have the name and then the pointer is the. Yeah. All right, cool. So, const expression. What? You cannot change it. Runtime value must be known at compile time. Well, they really, what do you call it? Split hairs in C++. They get very detailed. Const value cannot be changed at runtime. Must be known at compile time. Okay. Cannot change at runtime. Yeah, but it's still checking it at compile time because it won't let you to compile. Value must be known at compile time. So it's kind of like this. Value must be known at compile time. Oh yeah, this is just, so you have to have a constant or whatever because it doesn't know it yet. Okay. Top level const, lower level place. Okay. I have no idea about templates. All right. Well, that was a fun little programming session. I actually learned a lot on that. It cleared a lot up. I was fuzzy on so much of that. All right, thanks for coming with me on this. Um, hey, like, share, subscribe. Helps to grow the channel. I'd like to see it grow. One day I'm going to be old. I'm only 10 years away from Social Security. I'm going to need a channel that gives me a little bit of money. All right, guys. Hey, you have a good day, and I'll see you on the next one.